Question. Why is it that if you visited New York City in 88, 89, 90, or actually anytime in the 1970s, at times it seemed like a hellscape. And then 93, 94, 95, 94, 95, basically, Rudy Giuliani and Bill Bratton did a hell of a lot to turn that city around. And those gains were actually maintained by Mayor Bloomberg for 3 terms. Why could that happen in Manhattan, where, again, as Gene Robinson and I have been saying, you can walk 40, 50, 60 blocks in Manhattan at 2 in the morning and feel safe? And yet in Washington, D.C., I've got friends that worked in the Biden White House. I have friends that work in the media that say they don't feel safe walking 3 blocks in Washington, D.C. Why can't Washington be fixed, despite what the crime numbers say? Because people aren't feeling it.
Well, I think in New York City, Joe, in the early 1990s, you had a combination of, Rudy Giuliani, get tough on crime, but you also had a police department that was then led by Bill Bratton and his deputy, John Timoney, a legendary police officer. And they transformed the New York Police Department, and they made it omnipresent in neighborhoods that very rarely saw police officers and that most need police officers to maintain public safety. You know, often it's the perception of being safe or unsafe that affects cities. And I think that's what's happened in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. has 3,400 police officers. They're undermanned. And I don't know about the training they get. I don't think it's anything up to New York City standards, or police department standards. But 3,400 police officers. There are several other police units in Washington, D.C. There's the Park Police. There's the Secret Service. There's the FBI. There's the U.S. Attorney's Office. There's all sorts of legal functioning going on in that area. But let me tell you about my experience in Washington, D.C. and how it's been transformed. It's literally a different city today. I arrived in Washington, D.C. in October of 1965, okay? I had a wife and 2 little girls. The only apartment that I could afford to live in was in Anacostia, on Southern Avenue in Anacostia. We were the only white family in the development that we lived in. There were more gunshots during the nights at that apartment and that address on Southern Avenue in that year, 1965, than you'd hear outside of Da Nang in South Vietnam. And the people were forced to live under those circumstances, and the policing was scarce and unavailable and very invisible. Over the years, of course, Washington, D.C. has been transformed into the city it is today. The insertion of the National Guard, I don't know what that will mean. I don't think they have the powers of arrest. The most important words a police officer has that to use are the words, "You're under arrest." I don't think the National Guard will be able to do that, but the National Guard will provide a presence. And sometimes that's all you need to clear a block or clear a person's mind that it's okay to walk that block. Police presence, or the symbols of police presence. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
all I got to say.
It's something really that even at the height of COVID, you actually, when people were talking about defunding the police, you actually had in real time city council members in New York City in some of the most crime-ridden neighborhoods saying, no, don't defund the police.
Yeah.
Fund the police.
Right.
We need more officers in our children's schools. We need more officers on the street as our children are going from home to school, back to home. We need that safety. And I think it's a real challenge. I'll just say, I think it's a real challenge for the Democratic Party to understand that quality of life. I mean,
bingo.
If people feel unsafe in Washington, D.C., and they tell you they feel unsafe and they give you specifics about how they or their friends were held up or beaten up, don't give them crime statistics. And say, oh, crime down 24%. No, that's not how You show people you understand what they're going through, what their children are going through, what their families are going through, what their coworkers are going through. This is a wrong answer. Willie, I do want to ask, though, and again, I want to underline the New York City experience. It obviously took a bad turn post-COVID. But, you know, even before COVID, when you had Bill de Blasio as mayor, somebody that conservatives loved to mock and ridicule. You know, I mean, Lemire himself, he just asked him about his Brooklyn gym. But, you know, he's a Daily News guy, so that's what he's going to do.
Question from John.
But I remember under Bill de Blasio, I remember crime, you know, going from Giuliani, obviously, through Bloomberg to de Blasio. Crime, I think, in 2019 was at a 50-year low. So New York not only did something, when Mike's talking about changing the NYPD and the way they work, the way they operate, it stuck. It stuck from 1995 to 2019. And, you know, a couple rough years during COVID. But, you know, for the most part, New York City's back.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, as you say, after the early 90s, that comeback started. And it's gone up and down, and COVID certainly played a factor in those statistics rising again. But there has been a feel, as someone who's lived in the city for more than 20 years now, that you can walk around at night. I go on the subway. I mean, I personally never have felt unsafe on the subway, but I understand why some people do. I understand why a mother with a stroller might feel unsafe, you know, crossing an intersection in some places and having somebody yell at her or follow her or whatever that is. So I'm sensitive to all that. But generally speaking, there's a feel in this city that it is safe, and our police department deserves credit for that, and our mayors all the way down the line deserve credit for that. And I think also, John, there's this quality of life question. They heard from people about the subways, about people on the platforms, people getting pushed in front of trains, all those horrible stories we've heard. They have these new hotlines you can call for something that doesn't quite warrant a 911. You don't need an ambulance, but there's something on my street that I don't love. There's a bunch of garbage on the sidewalk, or there's a guy screaming at people when they walk by. They hear those little quality of life complaints, and they're addressing them. And again, that all matters.
Yeah, it certainly does. And there's no question COVID was a tough stretch. And there is a sense that certain parts of the city still feel a little different, a little bit off since then. And to there, you know, especially a year or two ago, to your point, Willie, a lot of people did feel sort of unsafe on the subway, even if the stats didn't quite back it up. But that perception, I think, has largely changed. There has been an increase in officers down there. The fundamentals of New York City are very strong and have been for a while. That the trajectory of the lowering crime that started in the early 90s and then certainly mid late 90s through the Bloomberg era, and yes, through the de Blasio era, historic lows of crime, including homicides during the de Blasio era. And Mika, right now there's a sense that New York City's fundamentals are so strong that yes, are there questions as to who the next mayor would be? Yes, but I think there's no one believes the city's suddenly going to plummet and suddenly become this unsafe hellhole, depending on whoever wins. And I think that New York has established that. And there's a sense, we heard passionately from Sam earlier, that that their fundamentals are strong in D.C. as well. Does D.C. have more crime than New York right now? Yes, by percentage it does. But and there's certainly things to address. I think that yesterday, with what the president did, is something that I feel the concerns are not about crime even. It's about federal overreach. It's about what he's trying to do in that city and potentially others.